the future. The Lord has a good thing for you. In Jeremiah 29 verse 1. You know what he says?
Yes.
I have good plans for you.
Yes.
Not to destroy you, but for your better future. So clap for yourselves. Very good. Very good. So we know where you are. We know where that others are also like just where you are coming from. So don't be worried. Take the mantle, move ahead and continue. Hebu tuweke mikono yote pamoja, tunataka kukaribisha chief wetu wa area hii aweze kutuongelesha, sababu boma ni yake. Tukiwa na chief hapa tunajua kuna amani. Tengeneza mkono vile tulitengeneza. 1 2 3. Bwana chief, karibu. Ongea nasi. Fungua. Thank you. Welcome.
Mheshimiwa wetu mpendwa Tassia pamoja na director wa shule hii yetu, wale wageni wetu wa siku ya leo, viongozi wa area hii, wanafunzi wa zamani wa shule hii, wanafunzi wa saa hii pamoja na wazazi. Hamjambo? Hamjambo tena? Hamuna furaha? Lazima tukue na furaha kwa sababu mheshimiwa amekuja kututembelea. Sawa sawa? Okay. Mimi kwa jina naitwa Hezekia Obongita. Hezekia Obongita, mimi ndio area chief wa Embakasi location. Mheshimiwa, with your permission, can allow tu muda kidogo niweze kueleza Embakasi location. Embakasi location ni location yetu ambayo iko na sub locations 3. Inaanzia kule upande ile tunapakana na Ruai, tuko na Utawala sub location. Ukikuja hapo katikati upande ni Mihango, the other side ni Syokimau. Tuko na Embakasi sub location ambayo imechukua airport yote mpaka Cabanas, alafu irudi paka Soweto kule chini. That is Embakasi sub location. Then we have Tassia sub location where we are. Inapakana na Embakasi sub location karibu na Nyayo Estate. Inakuja na Utaring. The other side inakuja na Ngong River. Paka Kware. Upande tunapakana na Kware. So ni location kubwa. Kwa hiyo katika hiyo location wakati huu tuko na challenge kwa sababu Embakasi sub location we don't have an assistant chief. That position has not been filled. Then here in Tassia the assistant chief is also on interdiction, so we don't have an assistant chief right now. So mimi kama chief nimeshikilia ofisi 3 yangu ya chief plus mbili za sub locations 2. So tunafanya kazi na hawa wazee wangu, hawako wote. Kuna baadhi ya wale ambao tuko na wao hapa, nitawaomba msimame. Wale wazee wa ofisi yangu upande hii. So tukianza pale, mheshimiwa, tuko na Ishmael Kidinji.
Ishmael songa mama.
Ni mzee upande ya Embakasi huko sub location. Tuko na mama Josephine Mwidi. Yeye ndio mzee wa kijiji mahali tumekaa hapa. Ni mama wa nguvu, anafanya kazi nzuri sana. Tuko na Mr. David Kaua ambaye ni mzee wa kijiji ya upande ya juu kuanzia Tassia stage huko mpaka kule juu. Alafu pia tuko na mzee Langat. Mzee Langat is the senior elder katika location mzima. Yeye ndio senior elder ambao tunasaidiana na wao kazi. Licha ya kukua na hizo challenge zote, ni wazee ambao tumesimama na wao, tunafanya kazi kwa pamoja na ni wazee wazuri. Asante sana. So nafikiria mmeona timu yangu, na pia nitachukua fursa hii kusema ya kwamba mama, karibu sana. wewe ni mtu ambaye umejitolea kazi yako na unafika kila mahali, sababu kila mahali ninakufeel, ninakusikia na ninaona. Upande ya elimu, unapenda mambo ya elimu kwa sababu kuna watu wengi katika location yangu ambao wamefaidika na pesa za basari kutoka katika ofisi yako. Pia tuko na wamama ambao wamepata hizi pesa za affirmative funds. Kuna wakati mmoja ulitupatia choo kupitia kwa Mr. Lumumba. Tulifanya choo chini. Tuko na challenges sana za space. Nairobi vile unaelewa space imekuwa shida. Lakini huwa tunajaribu tukipata ka space na kuna mradi ya mama, lazima tujaribu tuwekelee kidogo. Tuseme hapana, mama lazima asaidie wamama wenza. Kwa hivyo asante sana mama. Pia tuko na upande ya other developments. Tunaweza sema mama uko mbele. Kwa hivyo ile kitu nitasema ya kwamba hii shule yako ndio hii hapa ni changa. Ukiwa na director, ukiona amekalia karibu na wewe ni ile anataka kunyonya. Kwa hivyo tafadhali wacha anyonye. Asante sana mama. So wanafunzi, hebu beba mkono hivi. Salamia kwa hewa, salamia mheshimiwa Basaris. Mwambie welcome na uendelee kukua welcome, si ndio? Yes. Wasema hujasema? Welcome asikie ndio sasa akienda tena arudi. Sawa? Kwa hivyo mheshimiwa, kwa sababu siku ni yako, singependa nichukue time yako because unakuwa na program ambayo iko schedule yako inakuwa na mambo mengi. Wacha nikupatie nafasi yako rasmi. Utaongea na watu wako. Ilikuwa tu introduction. So, asante sana bwana Mungu. Karibu sana bwana.
Asante. Tupigie chief makofi. Yes. Nani anajua kazi ya chief? Ni nani anajua kazi ya chief? Chief ndio macho. Sikia, chief ni macho. Macho ya serikali pale sisi tunaishi. Umesikia? Hebu rudia. Chief ni macho ya serikali. Very good. Tumpigie makofi tena. So, Mheshimiwa, allow me now to invite the director, Madam Jackie, aweze pia kutukaribisha sisi hapa kwake, atuonyeshe wale pia anafanya nao, atuongeleshe, baadaye mimi pia niwaonyeshe. Asante sana. Karibu.
Nitatoa mask ndio mheshimiwa nione, si ndio? Okay, thank you. Honorable Women Representative, Esther Passaris, Chief, our guest, watoto, thank you for coming today. And it is a privilege. Maybe this is the most humbled I've ever been. So, let me start by showing you our teachers. So teachers, please come forward. The ones who do the work. Teachers, please come forward. And for good reasons, I work with more of female staff for very good reasons. But we'll try and balance the gender. These are the teachers that do all the work, plus Lillian behind there. And I think this is the best time to introduce yourself. Introduce yourself, Pastor.
Honorable Esther Passaris, all the visitors, I take this opportunity to welcome you to our school. I'm Teacher Irene. I've been here for almost 4 years. So I've been happy working here with the children from this local community, and I'm happy dealing with such children because I think it's a good experience to work with such children in my life. Thank you so much and feel welcome here.
Makofi kwa mwalimu.
to the Honorable Esther Passaris, all the guests, teachers and the parents and students, good morning. I'm Teacher Bernard. I teach class 5. I'm the class teacher there. Welcome, feel welcome. Come again if possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Teacher Juliet. I am the class teacher of grade 2. I have been this school of more than 3 years. Welcome back to school. Honorable Passaris, good morning. I'm Teacher Catherine. I teach grade 6 and you're welcome again in our school.
To our Honorable Esther Passaris, the guests, I do welcome you to our school. I am Dailin Mogonchi. I teach English, and Madam Jacqueline is like a mom to me. She has also mentored me from primary. I also came from Aslam. She's been there with me in a different program, and she's the reason I am here. You're welcome again.
To our honorable guests, Madam Esther Passaris, other guests, parents, and teachers. I'm Madam Sarah. I teach playgroup and PP1, and we are very much happy to have you today here. And I'm very new here, but I'm very much happy working here as a teacher. I believe, and it's my wish, to transform the lives of these young kids. And the only way we can do it, it's only through education. So we are proud to have you. Welcome, feel at home, and come back if possible. Welcome.
Our Honorable Women Rep, Madam Esther Passaris, our guests and parents and students, good morning. I'm Madam Caroline. I'm happy to welcome you in Beyond the Vision. I would invite you to be part of the family of Beyond the Vision. Welcome anytime. Come help us to nurture these innocent souls together. I'm very happy. I'm Madam Caroline. I take PP2. Welcome.
Madam Esther, our guests, director, welfare teachers and parents. Morning. I'm Teacher Fidelia. I'm new here. I have only 3 weeks. I am happy to be in this school. I welcome you again and again. Thank you.
That is our talk. Lydia.
Director, mheshimiwa wageni wetu, hamjambo. Hamjambo tena. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Karibuni. Jina langu ni Lydia, mzaliwa Western. Mimi ndio nakumbuka watoto hali ya tumbo. Wanafunzi
karibuni. Asante. So thank you. And when I began this program, parents have to trust me with their children. I came here as a young girl to Tassia. I think since I came to Tassia, and now, for those that know me, I think I've added over 20 kilos. Sindio? Niko natoshana hivyo. Na so mzazi kutrust msichana mdogo hivyo, a dreamer who is saying I want to educate the children, I will sponsor them. You need parents to also believe you, and I think Lumumba, can you have like 2 parents?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe 2 parents, Mama Mushoki, Mama Mbaku. Maybe you can share. Just a bit. Hawa ndio ni baadhi ya wazazi wale walinitrust na watoto wao. So unaweza sema vile tunafanya kazi, vile tunasaidia watoto.
Songa tu hivi.
Hapo. Jambo ni nyote. Hatujambo. Naitwa Ann. Mimi ni mzazi. Na watoto wangu wako hapa. Wengine wako high school, na kuna wale wako hapa. Wakati nilijoin hapa, nadhani my boy here alikuwa class 5 and sister yake alikuwa class 4, na wengine bado pia walikuwa wadogo wakinyonya. So niliona moyo wa Teacher Jackie na maono ambayo alikuwa nayo. Kwa hiyo wakati alikuwa anatupa ilikuwa kama stories. Sasa tulikuwa tunamsikiza tu, lakini tukuwa tunaelewa anasema nini, na tukaamua kumshika mkono. Hiyo muda wote tumekuwa na yeye. Watoto wakiwa wachanga amekuwa karibu sana na hao watoto, wamekuwa teenagers, ndio hawa sasa. Ameendelea kuwa karibu sana na watoto. Actually watoto wengi wamepotea sana hapa kwa slum. Hiyo wakati amekuwa na program za mentorship, na tunafurahia juu watoto wetu vile unawaona wako sawa, wamepewa maneno vizuri, wametengenezwa na wamekuwa strong, pamoja na challenges ambazo ziko hapa kijiji wajaingia ndani. Tunashukuru sana. The other thing ni feeding program. Ikiwa kuna kitu ametusaidia sana kama wazazi ni kufeed hao watoto. Day by day anakuwa akiwapea uji na kuwapea chakula. Imetusaidia kwa sababu wazazi wengi ambao wako hapa, kufeed watoto kila siku inakuanga ni challenge moja kubwa sana, na imetusaidia sana. Ndio hata at least ukienda kibarua unajua watoto wanakula shuleni na watakula lunch na wakunywa uji. At least kitu tutapata jioni tutaweza kupea watoto jioni, na tumekuwa wa manufaa sana, na kwa ajili ya hiyo maono watoto wetu wote wako hapa, so tumemwamini. Asante.
Kwa majina naitwa Lydia Olesi. Kwa majina naitwa Lydia Olesi, nikiwa mzazi wa hapa, nikiongozwa na Madam Jackie. Madam Jackie ametulindia watoto wetu, mimi mama watoto wengine hapa, lakini Madam Jackie ametusaidia sana, ametulindia watoto. Hakuna shida yoyote tunaona, hatuitishi kitu. Yeye anashughulikia watoto kwa masomo, kwa kukula, kwa kila kitu. Madam Jackie amebeba, amekuwa msaada mkubwa sana kwetu wazazi, sababu mtoto akitoka asubuhi hakuna ati shida ana lunch. Madam Jackie anagharamia watoto kutoka asubuhi mpaka saa 7 ako na hao tu. Tunaona watoto jioni na saa ya kukula. Tunasema Mungu ambariki kwa sababu hajachoka, na hakuna siku ametuitisha ati chakula ama sisi wazazi kama atusaidie pesa ya watoto nini shule. Hajai tusumbua hivyo, anang'ang'ana peke yake. Tunamuombea asije kuwa na hiyo roho. Mungu atambariki tu sana. Asanteni.
Karibuni nyinyi nyote. Kwa majina naitwa Jackie Nduku, mzazi wa The Beyond the Vision School. Ya kwanza nashukuru Madam Jackie sana, ametulindia watoto sana. Amewapea chakula, hata kimasomo amewasaidia, hata kama ni mtoto amelemewa mahali mambo ya school fees ya secondary anatusaidia sana. Sasa hiyo tunamshukuru sana. Ile kitu ya pili ni kushukuru walimu. Walimu wanafanya kazi ya maana sana. Mimi niko na furaha sana. Mtoto wangu alifanya mtihani hii mwaka ya 2020 KCPE. Nilifurahi sana njoo alipita na marks mzuri sana. Nilifurahi sana sana. So na kama honorable na karibu sana. Asanteni.
Honorable Tassia, nashukuru kwa ajili umefika kwa shule yetu. Tunasema ni asante. Madam Jackie, usidi kuinuliwa sababu mahali umetutoa umetufikisha. Mungu akubariki na kuonekania. Mimi kama mzazi wa Beyond the Vision ninashukuru mahali Beyond the Vision nimeitoa watu wangu wanasoma hapa. Ninashukuru Mungu sababu wanasoma na walimu Teacher Jackie watoto wake wako na adabu na discipline. So mimi nashukuru, ninasema ni asante. Madam Jackie ni ashidi kukua na hiyo roho. Ndio hata watoto wetu at least tukiwa tumemwachia watoto wetu tunajua tumepeana mahali watoto wetu wakosefu. Mimi nashukuru wageni wetu kwa kukuja kututembelea. Mubarikiwe mnapoenda na mtukumbuke. Mimi ndio hiyo machache niko nayo. Kwa majina ni Lilian.
Thank you very much. And like I said, this is the most humbling day of my life. I came to Tassia as a very young girl with just a vision. And no, I've never grown up in a slum. No, I've never even slept one day in a slum. I don't know how I found myself here, but a friend of mine knows my heart and introduced me to this slum, to some few children, kama daughter wa huyu mama. I think her daughter was among the first children I've ever supported, and showed me around. I used to sponsor children, and so when I came here, I found kids who are not in school, and then I inquired about the fees. A kid would tell me ako nyumbani because of akulipa fees ya 1,000 na ningechukua nalipa, and over a period of time I ended up paying so much fees. But when you pay the next month, you hear they're at home. The saddest story that really touched me to begin this project is because one of Lindsay's older sibling, Faith, maybe the first girl I ever sponsored to high school. Those days I used to sponsor just one because I didn't have the finances. She was supposed to sit for her KCP, I think in 2013, but the mother could not afford 800 bob to register her before the government stripped out the charges. And so she stayed at home, and she was taken back to up country, and she underwent FGM, and someone just called me and told me, why don't you help this girl? And I asked myself, how many children will I be paying for? And I thought, because I'd worked before in a slum, I thought, if I put them in one place, then it will be cheaper. I'll only need to pay the teachers and the rent. And I put them in one place. I also took Faith. I told her, come and do class 8 again. But then after the second month, I realized paying teachers is very expensive. I hadn't thought this through. It's expensive to pay teachers. And that's where our struggle started. If Lindsay, Honorable, this is the biggest staff I've ever had, children, and I gave them. One of the boys, akachukua banana, he did not peel. Akakula yote hivyo. Nikamwambia pana, toa ngozi. Akasema no, I'm hungry, nasikia njaa. Na walikuwa natetemeka wakikula hiyo ndizi. Nikajiuliza, niko na watoto hapa every day. Can't I see that they're hungry? You know? And that's how I began feeding them the next day. The feeding program was not as good as it is right now. Sometimes we just feed them with rice only because we could not afford a protein or a vegetable. The older children know that this is the most stable we've been. I think so far tulifukuzwa 2 places because we couldn't pay the rent. This is the stable that we've been. I began this as a Kenyan, not knowing anyone, with just a dream in my heart. This is the time I'm confident to even involve the local government because I didn't have the confidence. I was still trying to make sure that this works. It's not just a school. We mentor the children. When they go to high school, they're the most disciplined. There's a school in Nyeri that some of the kids are in who are trying to come and benchmark here. They want to know what programs do we run such that our kids are so disciplined, because our children are the most disciplined in the schools that they are in. They are the best performing. Most of these kids are number 1 or number 2. When they are here, they don't perform well. When they go to high school, they are A students. It beats me. I don't know how that happens. The feeding program, the parents have talked about it. It's the most important thing. Before these small children would come to school, Blessing, angefika shule, alale. We never used to know why she sleeps. Mwalimu ananiambia, mtoto analalanga tu. So one day I said, mwekeni uji kabla wakati wa kunywa uji. When she took the porridge, she said, teacher nipatie kitabu. And that's how we knew kids come when they are very hungry. And we ask ourselves, if they are eating lunch, why are they so hungry the next morning? It's because the parents cannot afford to feed them in the evening. When you come to this school in the morning, you don't know there are children here. It's very quiet. Life starts at 10 after the porridge. After the porridge, they even start doing somersaults. They start doing everything. Before 10 a.m., there's no life in this school, and the teachers can attest to it. Hakim Space. I work with children and with young people. They said I mentor them. We mentor them. I get friends to come and mentor. I get, he's even he's scheduled to come and speak to the kids and to the parents also. A friend of mine told me about Hakim, and you know Hakim, but he was trying to show Mama Hakim how sometimes when you're grieving, when you give to the less, it heals your heart. And he said, he told me he'll feed the children for that week on one condition, that I'll share the story of Hakim. When I sat down with just the high schoolers and the university students, I told them about the story of Hakim. And I asked them, who has ever thought about suicide in this place? And I was very surprised as a mother, because they call me mom, to see 3/4 of the class with their hands up. And I asked myself, can I be having these kids here every day? And one day I hear one of them has committed suicide. It broke my heart. It truly broke my heart. And I thought what I was doing was enough. I thought if I give them education, I've solved a lot. Because most of these kids are the first ones to go to secondary school in their, not just their family, but generations. Generations. We are making a huge difference. We are literally breaking the cycle of poverty in their families through education. And so that I thought, I'm giving them education, they are feeding, it's enough. And it hit me. I may lose a teenager here because of suicide. I had too much on my plate. I never go see where they stay because I have too much. But I realized I can lose a kid here. Lindsay used to, if you don't mind Lindsay, she used to faint. She used to just fall down. Even when she went to secondary school, she just fall down. She'd be in class and she just becomes unconscious. And the school called me one day and they told me, if this girl collapses again, you'll take her. We can't have a story that we lost a girl here. And I spoke to Lindsay. I remember I went to Nyeri. I was there by 8 a.m. by Matatu. By 8 a.m. I was in their school. I left very early. And they were doing exams, and I told the teachers I'll wait for the kids for Lindsay to finish her exams. I spoke to Lindsay. Before that, we had taken her to the doctor when she was going to Form 1 because she was fainting a lot. We thought it was a heart problem. Lindsay, you can sit. And the doctor said she has no heart problem. We had taken her already to a specialist. We were told there's nothing about the heart. All the tests were done, we were told she's healthy. But she used to collapse, even for 2 hours. And I spoke to her, and she said she's very stressed out. When she thinks so much, she collapses. And that's how we rescued her, when we got to know what was going on. But the children, when we talked about suicide with Hakim Space, I felt I need to do more and give them a safe space. They normally feel safe around me. But I thought, no, it's not enough. Let me give them a safe space where they can talk about their mental health issues. And that's how we started Hakim Space. I just felt we'll do this in honor of Hakim. I spoke to Hakim's mother and I told her I'll start a safe space to honor Hakim. And she immediately wrote back and said Hakim Space. And so that's how we came up with the name Hakim Space. I've never met Mama Hakim. I've never met her. But also, most of the people who support me have never met me. I remember the person who really supported this project just saw a post I put on Facebook. He met me 3 years later. Most people who support us have never met me. But I think they see my heart from afar and they support us. The same way I've never met Mama Hakim. And yet I started Hakim Space. And so Corona, when it's working against the world, it worked for us. During that time, we still had a clean space. We can't let these kids go without food. And so they had to come and feed every day. You've heard the story of Munene. Sincerely, we cannot let the teenagers be out there in the slum. We had to keep them occupied. We had to mentor them, and we had to keep it going. We became closer to the children. They opened up to us even more. And now actually we are beginning a podcast, and most of the things is done by the teenagers. And so I'm still a dreamer. I've not stopped dreaming. I dream of a better school for the children. I dream of giving them dignity as I help them. Better classrooms, toilets. I'll show what we have. I want them to have a level playground with the other children. They don't know anything about computers. They don't know anything about technology. Sometimes when my friends come here and talk about YouTube, like our page, then even the teenagers just look at them like this. I dream of constructing a good school. I dream of putting up a library for the children. I dream of putting up a very big computer lab for the children, that they may join the rest of the world in the technology world. I still dream of educating them to high school. I'm not gonna stop. And so that's why we seek your help and your partnership. One of the best students is Kevin. This is their home. They don't run away after KCPE. They're here every day. And so the ones that you can see with uniform, but they don't look like they're older. They're the ones who just had for KCPE. I can't let them go. I can't let them go back to the slum. And so they come here every day. They help us around. They're our messengers. They eat. We make sure they eat every day. And when I see them every day here, they're happy to be here. But in my heart, I ask them, najiuliza, nitaweza. Now angalia, they're looking at me for high school. But in my heart, I ask myself, nitaweza kweli? But they never know. But in my heart, I'm normally scared of the responsibility. But we will still do it. We will thank you for coming. We're still doing the good job, and we hope we can partner with you, not just today, but for a long period of time. Thank you.
Hiyo sio makofi mzuri kwa director. Tengeneza mkono ya director. Ameongea mengi, ametoka mbali na amefika hapa. Wewe tengeneza mkono wewe. Unajua mimi hapa nataka michezo nikisema tengeneza mkono. Haya, patie 1 2 3. Tena director Jackie, endelea. Usichoke kusaidia watu. Karibu. Asante sana. Thank you. Asante sana Madam Jackie. We are very grateful for your speech, and we are really here for you, and we are grateful. Nataka saa hizi Madam Jackie anataka kutembea kidogo na mheshimiwa hapa tu, aone pale mnasomea, si ndio? Na sisi tutaendelea tu kuketi hivyo, na bwana chief na chairman watatembea naye kidogo, aonyeshe tu vile hapa iko.
Watoi, jambo. Poa. Wangapi hapa wanaenda kanisani? Unaenda kanisani? Yes. Sawa. Sasa mnajua sasa mnaenda kanisani, mnaenda kupeana pesa mbele huko kwa kanisa? Yes. Mnaenda mnapeana kitu alafu mnapatia kanisa? Sasa leo nataka mfanye kitu kimoja. Unaona hii box nimeweka hapa? Hii box ni kama ile ya kanisa. Na mnaona mkiwa kanisa, si mkitoka mnatoka na mwendo mzuri. Line ya kwanza inaenda, line ya pili inakuja, inaenda, si ndio? Yes. Sasa mtajipanga hivyo. Kabla mupewe peremende ya pili na kabla mupewe soda, Hii boxi iko hapa. Mutasimama kila mmoja wenu ambaye alikula peremende achukue karatasi yake, kijiti yake, alafu arudi hapa aiweke hapa. Unaelewa? Pole pole kwa laini. Nataka muone usafishe shule yenu. Karatasi yote kwa hii box, sawa? Haya. Sasa hii inaitwa dustbin, ha? Sawa. Okay, Jackie.
So Jackie, ukisha tupa mnarudi mnaketi.
So, like I said, I'm just a normal organization.
Yes.
So this place we placed it.
Yes.
Those were our toilets. I've blocked them because
So where does everything go? Into the river?
I will show you the reason why I've blocked them. So I've blocked them because of where the waste goes, which I will show you.
No, it's okay. Yes, it's okay. Now, Chief, what I need you to do for me is, we have toilets. We have this project for the toilets, okay? Which she can afford to pay 800 shillings every week for them to come and collect it. Lumumba. Yes. Why don't we just put 2 toilets here? All right. This is what Chief. We are looking for a way to save Lumumba.
Yes.
We have our toilet project. We started installing the toilets, and we got about 5 million of GAF money to do the toilet project. And it's stalled because when we put them out to the youth groups, the city council went and broke them. So we kind of stalled. We wanted to have a negotiation with NMS, and the roads are coming up, and it was a bit difficult. The youth want the toilets in the road, and that's where there's traffic. Now, if we are not able to give the toilets to the youth, right? Because we cannot find a location. Tassia, if Fresh Life can come here, why don't we put 2 toilets here for this school, and there's 4, 2 for boys, 2 for girls, and then she is able then to pay the 800 shillings for the collection every week, and that way we also keep the river clean. Are we together?
I will do that.
Yeah? Okay, fine. So I want to come back here to commission the toilets. So let's go. Let's walk. So tell me about this. So what is this space?
I'm adding more classes.
You're adding more classes?
Yeah, because some classes have to share.
Okay.
And a hall for the Hakim space.
Yeah, but give the youth group to look at it, and then the youth group will then charge the people, and then the people will they'll be able to make a profit, and the chief gets a toilet, the youth group gets their revenue, and the Fresh Life gets the collection.
This is the hall for Hakim space.
Okay.
We got it. So this is why I got it.
So the thing is, I want to tell you something. Tetanus. Yeah. Tetanus is something that really kills a lot of kids. And most kids have not got tetanus shots. So these kind of things are so dangerous. If you can avoid them, I know you need help. Yeah. And that's why I told you to register. Yes. All right. So we want to help you. Yeah. Right. And for you to register with the
self-help group.
Yeah, the self-help group.
Yeah.
But how is the school registered?
We run it just under the NGO.
So you have an NGO?
Yes.
Okay, unfortunately, we still haven't got a way to support NGOs. Yeah. The government has this tendency to think NGOs are supposed to be foreign funded. Yeah. So you have an NGO and you have an NGO account. That is the Beyond Vision NGO Foundation. Yeah. Okay, and then you've got the initiative and you've got the school. Yes. I know your school is not an examination center. You send them to other centers. Tassia Hill. Yeah. Okay, so this is where you do the... I put up this in April. This is specifically for Hakim space and for all the mentorship and the social worker will be sitting here. Okay, so to get a proper door,
we get a proper door.
Yeah, so you let me know how much it is to get a proper door, and I will fund that. Okay. I will send you the money for a proper door so that I don't see this and nails. Okay. And then we will also give you Lumumba.
Yes, ma'am.
We have in our in our office, we have 39 chairs, plastic chairs that remain from the TV group. There are 39. No, Bull, I spoke to Bull. That says the 39. Yeah, they're 39. Yeah, Bush has told me because they were 50, they're 39 now. So what I would like you to do is you collect one, you make it 40, and then you bring the 40 chairs here.
40 chairs.
Yeah, because today she rented those chairs. Jackie, today you rented the chairs. Yes. Yeah. So Bush, Lumumba is going to bring for you. Lumumba is my project manager, so he implements. So he's going to bring for you a donation of 40 plastic chairs. So you can be renting them out and making money instead of renting from other people. Yeah. So you'll get 40 plastic chairs. Okay. You get a door. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead.
These are residents here, but I prefer them there because of security of the school.
So they're people who work for you?
No, they're just residents. Because I'm paying rent here, that's what I rent to the same person.
To the landlord.
But I prefer them there because of security of the school.
You know, Chief, let me ask you something. This Serikali of ours, you don't have land that is allocated for schools where government can partner, because we've got a public-private partnership where government can partner with somebody like this who does good initiative. Do you have land? I mean, do you have any free land here that belongs to government? Because you know, I'm looking at her. She's renting this space. She's helping our Kenyan children where government has failed, okay, and she's saving our teenagers. So I'm just trying to think. When you get this land, munatafuta vile mutaziuza, vile mutatendeza pesa, munajua pale kuna malenda. I want you to tell me where there is land here that is public. Then I can go now and try and see Ministry of Land, how can we get land allocated to build a school? Because you see, at the end of the day, this is something we have to work together. Or even to help now to buy the land. You know, because the government says during the pandemic they're helping people with loans. Hata sijaelewa hizo loans zinatoka aje, but I'm going to be looking into that.
Madam, most of the land here belongs to NSSF.
NSSF?
Yes,
even here.
It is NSSF that are supposed to.
So you're probably paying rent because somebody is claiming ownership but has no papers, which is fine. We don't want to get into all those politics much. But what we want to do is if this land is belonging to NSSF, then we can tell NSSF, because they must have a foundation, to allocate something from your foundation to this school so that our children in this area can benefit. Because what is NSSF doing? That I want to know, what are they doing? Because they've got a lot of money. My father contributed, I've never seen a check. So I don't know what they do with the money. Okay, so these are some of the areas that I think we need to look into. You know, I think aloud. Jackie, I'm sorry. Jackie,
be attentive.
These things.
Lillian. Lillian.
Now what is this?
This is our office. This is the biggest it has been.
Lillian,
This is where we keep our books. This is where we keep the food for the children. So,
okay, do you have electricity?
No, I don't do electricity because all the electricity is illegal here. They call it Sambaza.
They call it Sambaza?
Yes.
Okay, so what you need is solar.
Yes.
So we have to talk to somebody. We'll talk to somebody. We'll find somebody who has solar and we ask them, can they help you with solar as part of their CSR? You see now, but once you're registered, you can actually write to us and say you want to improve the conditions for the learning for the children and the environment, so you want to put a solar panel to provide lighting. And then that is something that I think GAF can do under value addition to improve the school. But it has to be owned by a community-based or a self-help. All right, so the children are enjoying their soda. Let's go. So where do they study?
This is Peter's. Sorry.
So this is a class. All right, so those are the desks that you put outside, and this is your blackboard. Okay, you know what? from here we will have leaders of Kenya. We're gonna you've done well. I've seen your high school students, and you're doing a good job. You know, at the end of the day, this is Nairobi, the capital city. Well, where on the one side you've got Westgate and you've got Two Rivers and you've got Plush, and then on the other side you've got this, and then you know this is the other end of the stick that we need to uplift as citizens and government also. You know, so. I mean, I'm here with government because I have resources which have been given to me as woman rep, which I told you. I said, you know, Jackie, I can only help you if you're registered. And I told you I can't help an NGO, but I can help a CBO or a self-help. And you've started the process. So Chief, I want her process to be concluded. Huduma Center, yourself, my office, can we get her certificate? I don't see why it takes long. What are you registering? A self-help? Community-based, CBO. So where is it reached?
The office is just in my place.
Oh, I've gone
from my job.
Railway.
No. You see, the thing is, a lot of people don't know where to register a CBO or a self-help. Chief, you've got an audience right now. Tell people, how do you register a CBO or a self-help so that they understand? Because once you're registered, then you have to open a bank account. Cooperative bank is just 500 shillings. Once you open a bank account, then after 3 months, right, you start saving some money into the bank account. Then you come to me, and then I will give you money. All right? But you see, the laws of GAF is you have to have an account for 3 months, and then you have to have members. Now, the members will be the parents and yourself. And so if you're 100 members, you can qualify for 200,000. Okay, but I can also give you value addition, and there are other areas that we can help you. There are other interventions like now I'm giving you the chairs. We can give you sanitary towels. We can give you food. Okay, so that's why I told you make a request for food. Okay, Devolution, what are you doing with your food? Okay, so, all right, so these are classrooms, all right?
All of them are classrooms.
All of them are classrooms. Okay, and then you have those desks.
Yeah, the desks are outside, all of the desks. Most of them are outside.
Look, let me tell you something.
I want to show you the kitchen.
I have mad respect for you, all right? You know, the president always in December 12th gives out commendations. There's so many people that I feel deserve these commendations. Not that the ones who've got them have not been deserving. I really hope that you will be at the list of December 12th to be one of the people that is recognized by this government for contributing to the social good and well-being of this country. So you got a water tank?
Yes.
Now again.
And a small farm for Lillian. She farms. She's there.
Lillian, watoto wangapi watakula kwa hiyo farm yako? Lakini si neno umejaribu.
Then this is our kitchen, madam.
That's your kitchen, huh?
Yes, and that's why I was asking for the firewood jiko. Because we are unable to cook a lot of food at a go.
But the firewood jiko, that's what you wanted us to give you?
The firewood
and you said it's 200,000.
It's for 200 liters, it's 130,000.
130,000. Again, we can give you value addition, but you have to be registered. So get your 200 people. We give you value addition. We close our eyes, and then we give you other assistance on the other side.
So
wewe ndio mpishi. Chakula inanuka vizuri. Nimeona hiyo sasa leo ndipojo na mchele. Inanuka vizuri sana.
Ni tamu umeonja.
No, you know. I could, but the problem I'm having. What's the time, Lumumba?
It's 1.
You know I have an appointment at 1:30. Yeah, which I have to rush to. So that one I would miss. Mine was to come and see the place because I've been trying to get you going. I promised June that I would come and see the place and help out. I love your headbed place. Beautiful. Yes. Yeah.
Halo. Napenda watu ambaye wanakuwa na amani na wako mzuri. Sasa weka chupa yako ya soda juu ya mesa.
Okay, remember. Okay, I don't need the clap right now. I want them to stand up. I want them to stand up.
Ndio. Fanya hivi. Mfanye hivi. Unaweza shika chupa yako? Haya, shika chupa na usimame. Pole tu, shika chupa na ufanye nini? Na usiweke soda kwa mdomo sasa. tunataka kuona mheshimiwa anataka kuongea na sisi kwa muda kidogo sana. Si ni kweli? Tuseme hi. Tuseme karibu. Ongea na sisi. Ni wajukuu wako. Na wengine watoto wako. Asante sana.
Okay. Jackie, the director, the chairman of my GAF committee, the chief, the elders of the community, the teachers, the parents, the successful students and future leaders of this country, and the children here. So the first thing we're going to do, all right, I knew Hakim, okay? Hakim was a beautiful young man who committed suicide. His mother, June Kikumu, is like my sister, my best friend, and we knew each other when we were in our 20s, and then she moved to America. And I visited her a few years ago, and I got to meet Hakim and Hakim's sister as well, Shade. And then when I was in India having my surgery, and June had just called me to ask me how was I doing. We talked, she put the phone down, and a few minutes later she called me and she told me, Esther, pray for me. Hakim has had an accident. The police found the identity, called her and told her Hakim has had an accident. So she had no idea what kind of accident. So she rushed to the hospital, the casualty, and Hakim had shot himself in the head. Hakim later died. But there's so much beauty in Hakim's life that I would like us to know about, and then we give him a moment of silence. One of the beautiful things is that when Hakim died in America, you can donate your organs. His organs saved over 8 people's lives. Everything in Hakim's body, because he was a young athlete who wanted to come to Kenya, went to save another human being. And Hakim is also saving a lot of youth here in Kenya, right? Hakim is also saving a lot of youth here in Kenya, because now you have Hakim Space, which Jackie got to know about and then started that space. So we've connected Hakim to his country, yeah, his mother's country, the country of his grandfather, Stephen Kikumu, who was a politician in our country. So now I want to have 1 minute of silence. Silence, do you know what I mean? Okay, watoi, chupa itoke kwa mdomo, mdomo inyamaze, tutakuwa na dakika moja tu ya kukumbuka huyo kijana anaitwa Hakima, si ndio? Okay, so hiyo 1 minute inaanza sasa. Asanteni, you can all sit down. Jackie, come here. I want to tell you something, that what you have done, the calling that you have, is you've aligned your purpose in life with God's will for your life. And as long as you set goals down, things will always happen. As long as you think the right thoughts, things will always be drawn towards you. Do not fear, have faith. All right? The only thing that you should fear is God. All right? You will achieve every dream that you have so long as you write it down and you think it. Don't allow any negative thought to come. I mean, when I called you, it was because June had sent me pictures of your place. Yeah. And I called you and I said, I want to come and see the place. Yeah. And I asked you if you were registered. And you said you were going to do it. Then I traveled. When I got back, again it's in my mind and I'm thinking, has she registered? That's why I called you. So I've come here because I want to make sure you're registered. So that, you know, my term will end in June next year. And then I will no longer be woman rep. But I'm going to help you with my own pockets. I'm forming a foundation under my father's name, Passaris Foundation. And I'm going to make sure that I help you with the dough, all right, to eliminate some grill work, to eliminate these things that can give the children tetanus. And we'll give you the chairs, we'll give you the sanitary towels, we'll give you the food, right? Once you're registered, you can get a pay bill number, and then we'll try and promote you on our pages. And I hope the Kenyans that are watching this live feed, Jackie, I'd love you to tell them your mobile number. Have you got M-Pesa?
Yes.
Okay, you know, Kenyans, since the pandemic, M-Pesa can reach up to 300,000. All right? If just 3,000 of you give 10 bob today, we'll do some real wonders. All right? So if you want to give 10 bob, 50 bob, 100 bob, I want Jackie to say her mobile number so that you can send her some love, all right? Because she still has students whose high school have to be paid, right? I mean, you told me about 2 of them.
Yeah, they're all 10.
Yeah.
I asked for 2.
Yeah, so for 2. So I've taken responsibility for those 2.
For 2.
We're waiting for the selections and I'll pay their school fees, right, through my foundation. Where are the 2 students that I'm going to sponsor? I know one didn't do very well and one did very well. Yeah?
Baku come.
And there are 2 students.
Is Betty here?
Now, yeah. So now, because our full scholarships are exhausted, right, and our bursaries for first quarter will probably come late, I've decided I'll sponsor them for the first year on my own. Okay. Right. So you're the one who scored how much? Huh? 361, and you studied here.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So listen, we've got some. Let me tell you. I want to look at the government. Government puts a lot of money in public schools, and we saw that with Gong Forest and Precious Talent. The 2 students of Precious Talent went to Gong Forest and they did so much better. So there's something we can learn through partnership. Just like the Nyeri school wants to come here and see how you discipline the children. So